All right, hello again, everyone. Back here with one final French Open video as we are down to the final two. We're down to the finals for the men's and for the women's. Um, so I wanted to talk about obviously the semifinals and then preview these two final matches. On the men's, we've got Dominic Thiem taking on Rafael Nadal, as predicted by myself pre-tournament. And then on the women's side, Simona Halep taking on Sloane Stephens. Two matches I'm really, really excited for. And so let's get right into it with the men. Obviously, Rafa makes his way into the final. He had the very interesting match against Schwartzman where he was saved by the rain. I don't want to, say that in a way that makes it sound like he was going to lose that match. I don't think he was going to lose that match, but, was down a set and a break. And ultimately, there's no question that the rain delay ended up turning the momentum in his favor, and also being able to play on a drier, more fast court the following day, I think played into his hands a little bit. So, major props to Schwartzman. He obviously tested him really well early on. But once Rafa got the stoppage and was able to kind of take away his rhythm, there was no turning back in that match. And then today, obviously rolling past Juan Martín del Potro, kind of a similar story. Del Potro played a great first set. Actually picked this one up after the first set, so I didn't see the first set, but 6 break points. He didn't convert any of them, but he had chances and ultimately was broken at the very end of the set, and that seemed to just break him mentally. Just was not competitive in the next 2 sets, unfortunately. That's what Rafa can do to you. You don't take advantage of your opportunities, and you lose that first set, and it's just lights out. So tough that we didn't get to see a better match there. But good run for Del Potro. I had him getting in the semis, and he did it. So good job by him. But then all back into his 11th final, and he'll meet first-time finalist Dominic Thiem, also a guy I had making it into the finals. And I'm glad he's able to take that next step. Made the semis the last 2 years, and did it in convincing fashion these last 2 rounds, obviously beating a very tired Zverev in the quarters, and then today beating Cecchinato in 3 sets. But the first 2 were tight, obviously. The second set tiebreak, which he almost blew, that really cemented the win for him. Once he got that, it was firmly in his hands. But that was kind of the pivotal point that allowed him to get it done quickly. And it's important that you got it done quickly, obviously, because he wants to save as much energy as he can for the final. I think going into the final, he needs to play kind of like Wawrinka did in 2016 against Djokovic. He needs to try to redline. He has that ability, obviously, and he's beaten Rafa 3 times on this surface, 3 out of 9. That's not bad, but it's a different situation at a Grand Slam best of 5. But that needs to be his game plan. Be aggressive, and he usually is. So it's not going to be anything out of his comfort zone. But I would expect him to, obviously hit the forehand huge. And just try to hit a lot of winners. Easier said than done, but I wouldn't expect him to hold anything back. And that has to be your strategy, and just hope for the best. You're not expected to win this match. There's no pressure on him. Hopefully that helps him. But yeah, Rafa coming off maybe his best performance of the whole tournament. And here in the semifinals, he was hitting the ball so well today. Just looked great. Obviously got it done quickly too, so he'll be fresh. Going to give my prediction for this. I'm obviously going to pick Nadal. I'm going to say Thiem takes a set. I think that highly of him on clay. I really do. And obviously he has had some success against Nadal in the past, so I'm going to say Rafael Nadal will win the French Open title in 4 sets. All right, and over the women. So really interesting final, I think. 2 players that are really peaking here towards the end of this tournament in Sloane Stephens and Simona Halep. Really, they've played great tournaments in general. Halep losing that that first set of the tournament, and then pretty much rolling past everyone else. Had a tough three-setter against an informed Kerber, but just destroyed Muguruza in that semifinal. I don't think anyone saw that coming. That's super impressive, considering how well Garbine was playing. And she's back into her third final. She's been here before. Will the experience help her? In these moments. You have to hope so. If you're supporting her. But she's going to play a player that I don't think fears anybody and is playing as well as anybody in Sloane Stephens. She's only dropped one set here, and she's been pretty much convincing in all of her other matches. She beat Keys in that semifinal, which wasn't too surprising. If you just think about it from a matchup perspective, obviously Keys always struggles with these superior defensive players. When they played at the U.S. Open final, that's exactly what happened. Keys, just hit a ton of errors, and on a even slower surface, you would expect, Sloane to come out with the win, and she did. So I think it's going to be a tremendous match. If I have to pick a winner, it's tough. I want to kind of go with the good story here and say that it's Simona's time. She's been so close so many times, obviously. So maybe another tight three-setter for her in the final, but this time she gets it done. I guess that's my prediction. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Been a fun 2 weeks. Some great stories. Obviously from Cecchinato to what Schwartzman did and almost pushing Nadal, and then on the women's side, just some good matches in general. Haven't been a lot of tight ones here towards the end of this tournament, but some of these young up and coming players are proving their worth. And Sloane's definitely one of them, and this is just the next step in her career. It seems like she's getting to the point where she's going to be contending for slams, a lot in the future, and that's great to see. But so I'm going to go with the number one seeds in both sides, though. I'm going to go with Nadal and Halep, but I look forward to watching the finals. And I want to hear what you guys think. Who do you guys think is going to win? Let me know in the comments. And it's been fun coming on and doing these videos for the French Open. I don't know when I'll be on next, but definitely be back at Wimbledon, maybe before then. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks, guys.